Hey guys, what's going on? I'm about to go back to my high school, King George High School. It has been 10 years since the last time I was back there. It's pretty crazy. Time absolutely flies. But it is an absolute honor and a privilege to go back and speak to these guys and gals and just share a little bit of knowledge. So I'm really excited. That's where my wife and I are on our way to speak now. So just wanted to let you guys know what I'm up to, and I'll see if I can get a video of it and share some of this awesome journey with you guys. Hope you're having a great day. Dr. and Mrs. Neiman Young, Major Young, Mr. and Mrs. Travis Kusenberry, Mr. and Mrs. Terrence Collins, Mrs. Tammy Ainslett, Mrs. Allen, Mr. and Mrs. Brian Ritchie, Commander Duckworth and Sergeant Major Friend, and family and friends and the cadets at Fox Company. I was in your same seats 10 years ago. I realized that it had been a decade ago when I looked at a picture on Facebook of me and my brother at the ball in 2007 when it popped up on my newsfeed. That happened on Tuesday. Can you imagine that? I didn't realize it had been that long. I guess time flies when you're having, can somebody help me out? Fun. There it is. Over the last 10 years, I can tell you that I did have a lot of fun. But some of those times can be best summarized with the saying, it's been real, it's been fun, but it has been real fun. As I look over to my wife, whom I love dearly, I have to be clear and emphasize that the journey that I call our marriage has at all times been really fun. If you have a pet or a significant other, you better say that. And with that, I think I'm going to be washing dishes probably for the next year. I want to issue 3 challenges to you tonight. Where some cadets are thinking, great, this guy isn't even my teacher, and he's giving me homework. In all seriousness, it's been a great ride. And so far, it's just the beginning. Yes, after 10 years, I still say that all the time. When I think back to what has impacted me the most in my life and has made the past 10 years go by so fast, I'm immediately brought back to my time at King George High School. I think of my time on the different teams, in NJROTC, and the impact that it had on my life. And the biggest factor that has led to my success was definitely mentorship. So my first challenge is a 2-part challenge. I challenge you to find a mentor and become a mentor. I was mentored by coaches, by teachers, saw Mr. Speaker earlier, and my most impactful mentor of all, Sergeant Major Friend. You know a mentor has had a profound impact on your life when you have heard their voice in your head as you make small decisions and big decisions alike over the past 10 years. Luckily, Sergeant Major Frank has a soothing voice. You know, in that do not embarrass me or my Marine Corps type of way. And I know some of you know what I'm talking about because you're smirking. Sergeant Major Frank introduced me to the teachings of John Maxwell, personal development, Marine Corps PT, and truly caring about the person to your left and right. If this sounds like good traits to have in a mentor, then I wholeheartedly agree with you. Those traits are imbued in Sergeant Major Frank. Mentorship means seeking the guidance of someone who's been where you are or knows how to get to where you want to go. It's a close relationship. A mentor holds your hopes and their dreams in your hands and in their hands. They have to truly care about you. Think about if Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Tony Robbins, or Justin Bieber did not have mentors. They might not have been the successful people that they are today, or made the impact that they have. If you're in this room and you don't have a mentor, find one. I would argue that we already share a mentor. You might have a mentor in your mom, your dad, your siblings, teachers, or a friend. And now I challenge you to reach out to someone else and mentor them. Every single individual in this room has knowledge or experience that can help someone else on their path to success. And when you take action and you use that to help other people reach their goals, that is mentorship. With every person you mentor, or even if you're only being mentored yourself, that interaction leaves a lasting legacy to be remembered and drawn on for the rest of your life. So being mentored 10 years ago, being reminded by my newsfeed on Facebook, and still hearing the guiding voices in my head of Sergeant Major Frank, steering me left and right, they're still fresh today. And I'm happy to say, compared to a full lifetime, that yes, this is just the beginning. So remember, and Commander Duckworth should appreciate this, there are big ships and small ships, short ships and tall ships, but the most important ship of all is mentorship. Being a cadet in Fox Company, I'm sure that you've heard the word leadership before. I would also venture to say that you've heard the words servant and leadership put together. My favorite kind of leadership is servant leadership. My second challenge tonight for you is to practice servant leadership at every opportunity. In the United States Marine Corps, especially in combat, officers eat last. It is not written in a publication. It is not a royal decree. It is simply understood. You know who eats first? The privates, then the lance corporals, then the corporals. By the time you get to the sergeant major, he's probably really hungry. So now you all know why sergeant majors are grumpy. I'm just kidding. The sergeant major is glad to do it. They understand that this is the best way to lead. By making sure the young Marines are taken care of, we better our Corps. We uphold a standard that ensures we will forever be the world's finest fighting force. We take care of each other, period. There is no greater calling than for a leader to take care of those under his or her charge. If your mindset is to do things for yourself first, to ask what's in it for you first, or to not care about those you lead, please do not become a leader. If you care about those you lead, if you want to set the example, and you understand sometimes it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be challenging. But you want to do it anyway. Please become a leader. Because society and the world greatly need you. I'm not talking about just the military. I am talking about in any capacity. Leaders are needed everywhere, and I am specifically talking about servant leaders. One such example of servant leadership can be found in then Captain William Barber. He was the commanding officer of a company of Marines that shares your namesake, Fox Company. It was at the Chosen Reservoir. Who's seen the movie Frozen? I know I have. I have nieces, so I'm blaming it on. Think that type of cold. But think 33 degrees below freezing with no singing and dancing. If you've been to the National Museum of the Marine Corps, you will come across an exhibit that shows some of the fighting that took place. That particular unit was surrounded by over 10,000 enemy troops. And when his unit of approximately 250 Marines was heavily hit, Captain Barber, Fox Company commander, led his company with valor. Captain Barber, during one of the enemy attacks, was hit in the thigh by a sniper bullet. He put his neckerchief around his wound and continued to direct his Marines to continue to fight, even though his wound absolutely warranted for him to go to the tent and seek medical attention. A little while later, his Marines, understandably exhausted, looked up to see their commanding officer, Captain Barber, continuing back and forth on the friendly lines, directing fires on the enemy positions from a stretcher. Later that night, his thigh still greatly injured, Captain Barber incredibly kept himself upright, continuing to direct his Marines, while being supported by a small crutch. And this crutch was actually a tree limb he found lying on the ground somewhere. Captain Barber so strongly believed that if his Marines were in danger, he too would share that danger for as long as humanly possible. Nothing in his power would stop him from being with his Marines. Captain Barber was their commanding officer. He was at the highest level in their chain of command. But he was there to serve them. He was there to ensure that they had the best opportunity of getting out of that insanely dangerous situation alive. Captain Barber was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for his actions while serving as the Fox Company commanding officer. To me, sharing the name Fox Company is incredibly special. And if you want to see an extreme example of servant leadership, you do not have to look any further than Captain Barber. All right, my third and final challenge, or fourth for those of you who won't let go of that two-parter. I challenge you to embrace citizenship. Regardless of your politics, we live in an amazing country. I was talking to Mr. Collins about this. I'm a self-proclaimed realistic optimist. And yes, that's a real thing. Please continue to be an active participant in the world around you. I know at this point I'm preaching to the choir. By virtue of you being in this room, you are part of that category. Be the type of person who looks around the room and says, what can I do to help? Be the kind of person who looks around the state and asks, in what way can I contribute today? Be the type of person who looks around the country and says, where can I make the biggest impact? If we all do that, our actions will have ripple effects that can be felt around the world. Do not underestimate the power of the individual, collaboration, and where the desire to do good in the world can lead you if followed up by action. I want to bring up 2 John F. Kennedy quotes, okay? And that you've probably all already heard. Some of you can probably even mouth the first one with me as I say it. The first quote is about asking 2 questions. President Kennedy goes on to say, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." It's very simple. By deliberately asking how you can contribute as a citizen, by thinking of ways that you can make your life and the lives of other people around you better, you can create an idea and bring it to life. Steve Jobs once talked about the ability to poke reality. By simply thinking about bringing something to life and taking the steps to making it happen, eventually that thing, organization, or cause will become a reality. And it will be because you or a small band of people made it happen. It is not a coincidence or an accident. How amazing is that? You are all our future. King George is our county. America is our country. This planet is our world. All right? And we need to be deliberate about the goals we have. I firmly believe that our imagination and our will to create are the only limiting factors that exist today. So if you have an idea or a dream that will positively impact you, your family, your community, your state, your family, and the world, I have 4 words to say to you. My dad used to say this to me all the time, and it stuck with me all these years. Again, it's a Navy term. Go for it, should be. Now it is your time to bring those ideas to life. The second John F. Kennedy quote I want to invoke tonight is one that, again, Commander Duckworth can appreciate. "I can imagine no more a rewarding a career, and any man or woman who may be asked in this century what he or she did to make this life worthwhile, I think can respond with a good deal of pride and satisfaction. I served in the United States Navy." Now, borrowing a few of the President's words, I think the cadets of Fox Company are amazing citizens that will embark to do great things and can respond with a great deal of pride. I served in Fox Company, NJROTC, King George High School. This is something that I know your family and friends are proud of. Sergeant Major and Commander Duckworth are proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. New chapters abound for our seniors. Our 3 future Marines, like Cadet Saudi, who will become a combat engineer, or Cadet Lankara, who is looking into going into routing ordnance, or Cadet Wood, who will be going to Marine Corps ROTC. The Marine Corps will be their new way of life. Sergeant Major and I, as well as Staff Sergeant, we look forward to welcoming you into the family as one of the few, the proud United States Marines. Cadet Fuhrman, who will be attending Old Dominion University, joining their Air Force ROTC program and majoring in cybersecurity. Cadet Ludwig, who is looking at going to Alaska State. They both will use their great talents in a computer-related field to innovate technology, elevate our ability to protect ourselves at home and abroad, and continue to be a country that prides itself on constant improvement. They will be facing some of the biggest challenges and threats facing our country and the world today, and their technical expertise is greatly needed. Cyber threats are not the only threats we face today. Some of them are right here in our own communities. And with Cadet Kimball, who will become a police officer, we can enjoy our days peacefully and rest easier at night, knowing that they will have the watch and will unceasingly serve and protect the people in our community. We know that our health is in good hands with Cadet Newman, who will be attending Southern Maryland College, majoring in pediatric nursing. Cadet Mobley, who will be attending George Mason, majoring in nursing. Cadet Ocampo, who will be going to nursing school. And Cadet Roby, will be becoming a medic in the United States Army. Taking care of people, especially when they are sick, tired, injured, and weary, is one of the greatest callings we can undertake in our lifetime. And I'm forever grateful that people like you are answering that call. Cadet Chuska, I wish you clear skies as you fly high with the United States Air Force. And I wish Cadet Romanga and Ashford smooth seas as they join and explore with the world's finest Navy. The sacred temple known as the human body will be closely monitored by Cadet Webb, who will be attending Bridgewater and majoring in athletic training, ensuring that people are fit and ready to tackle any challenge that comes their way. These are the amazing things that our seniors are about to embark on. And I know everyone in this room could not be prouder. The future of King George County, the United States of America, and our society as a whole are in good hands, and I look forward to what you all will do next. Cadet Roby, Cadet Commander Roby, thank you for your faithful service in leading Fox Company as commanding officer. And Eileen and I extend a heartfelt thank you to your hardworking staff, who I know these successes would not be possible without them. Cadet Commander Green, you now have the baton as the new commanding officer of Fox Company. I know you will do an outstanding job at the helm. I know it feels like high school is taking forever to finish, but listen to a guy that by now you can consider an older brother. Time flies by. All of you will soon move on to new chapters in your life. But if you make it to that point, you have what it takes to be successful. Just believe in yourself, enjoy the journey, and remember, this is only the beginning. I want to thank the boosters who are out here. If we can give them a round of applause. As a cadet, they made the events happen. And I know behind the scenes, their hard and tireless work is exactly what made this event happen. So thank you. With that, I have one last bonus homework assignment for all of you. Yeah. And only time will tell if you completed it. Before you leave the ball tonight, make sure that you all talk with each other. Take pictures and make memories before you lay your eyes to sleep. Before you rest. That's all I have. Semper Fi, Fox Company, and God bless.